Patriot Battery Metals is proud to present the Corvette project, a hard rock lithium exploration project located within the EU-ISCHI James Bay territory. Spodumene is the world's most widely mined hard rock lithium mineral and is hosted within a rock type called pegmatite. The main objective of the Corvette mining project is to mine a spodumene pegmatite deposit and to produce a spodumene mineral concentrate. This concentrate can be sold to one or more customers for conversion into lithium hydroxide, used in the production of lithium batteries. This video presents an overview of the key components of the Corvette mining project. Please keep in mind that the planning process is still underway. The project has not been yet approved, and some details will evolve or change. The Corvette project is located in Canada within the province of Quebec, in the EU-ISCHI James Bay territory. EU-ISCHI, the People's Land, is divided into over 300 troplines or traditional family hunting and trapping grounds. It is included on the territory covered by the James Bay and Northern Quebec Agreement environmental protection regime. The area benefits from a strong electrical network. The LG4 power station and related power lines are in the vicinity of the Corvette site, so it will only require a short connection line for the project. The Saskatchewan campsite is accessible year-round by the Trans-Taiga Road. Several airports also serve the territory. The project is located more precisely on the trapline CH-39 of the Cree Nation of Chisasibi. Patriot meets regularly with the Tallyman and his family, the leadership and community members of the Cree First Nation of Chisasibi, to inform them about the current activities and plans. Patriot is conducting a drilling campaign to collect rock samples on the project and to better understand the lithium exploration trend. In July 2023, the team published its maiden mineral resource estimate for the CV5 spodumene pegmatite. As results from exploration drilling are available over the coming months, the information on the deposit will be updated. In November 2023, Patriot submitted to the Quebec Ministry of Environment, the MELCCFP, a preliminary information statement for the Corvette mining project. This submission kicked off the Environmental and Social Impact Assessment process, the ESIA. The process is anticipated to take at least 4 years. Patriot began the baseline environmental data collection in support of the ESIA with the help of Cree field employees and family members. The team is also consulting the Tallyman's family and the Cree Nation of Chisasibi community on their traditional knowledge to include them in the ESIA and to consider their interests in the project design. The following components already exist at the Corvette site: Saskatchewan camp, an exploration camp accommodating 80 people, and an access road to the CV5 spodumene pegmatite area. The Corvette mining project envisions to upgrade the main access road to the mining site from the Trans-Taiga Road and to construct a new camp near the deposit. The spodumene pegmatite will be mined in an open pit at CV5. This pit will be developed in 3 phases. The first phase will allow mining to begin during years 1 and 2 without touching the lake. From years 2 to 11, the second phase of mining will require the construction of a dam approximately 5 meters high and about 100 meters long. This dam will isolate the lake, corresponding to around 7% of its total surface area. The third and final mining phase will lead to a final pit measuring approximately 3,750 meters long by 800 meters wide by year 23. To mine the entire pit, it will be necessary to build a larger dam, approximately 18 meters deep and 600 meters long. This second dam will isolate the downstream portion of the lake, corresponding to around 27% of its total surface area. 2 options are being considered to divert water from the lake. The first option is to divert water to the north of the pit. The diverted water would thus flow through the original watershed. The second option would divert the water to the south into a neighboring watershed. The option of diverting water to the south is currently the preferred option. To keep the pit dry, Patriot will need to pump and treat the water coming from groundwater inflows and precipitation. Rainwater and snow in contact with the mining infrastructure may be collected, if required, and managed by ditches, ponds, and pumping stations and sent to the water treatment plant. This treated water will be released to the environment after meeting the provincial requirements of Directive 019 and the federal standards of the metal and diamond mining effluent regulations. Additional environmental discharge objectives will be defined if required by the MELCCFP during the authorization process. From the open pit, The pegmatite rock containing enough spodumene to be processed will be moved along the mining roads to the ore storage area using mining trucks. Ore from the temporary storage location will be delivered to the process plant. Here, the ore will be crushed and passed through a treatment circuit, including dense media and magnetic separation technologies, to concentrate the spodumene. The Corvette mining project will produce an average of 800,000 tons of spodumene concentrate per year. A fleet of trucks will transport the concentrate from the mine to the Matagami train station by using the Trans-Tega Road and the Billy Diamond Highway. At the end of the process, the material that doesn't contain ore or the ore that couldn't be recovered is called tailings. The processing plant will produce 2 streams of tailings. The first stream will contain low-grade lithium and will be hauled by truck to a storage area near the processing plant for potential future reprocessing. The second stream of tailings will be coarse material with no potential for further processing. These tailings will be stored as co-disposal with waste rock. Rock that is excavated but does not contain an economic amount of spodumene is called waste rock and will not be processed. From the open pit, the waste rock will be moved along the mining roads to waste rock storage areas using mining trucks. Approximately 25% of the total waste rock produced will be stored in the pits of mining phases 1 and 2 when mining is complete, thus reducing the total footprint of the waste rock piles. Other infrastructure will be required to support site activities, such as a potential pit at the CV-13 area or another area discovered during exploration drilling, an explosive emulsion plant and magazines, other auxiliary buildings, and site-wide electrical distribution and mining roads networks. To install all the planned infrastructure, the areas will first have to be cleared, stripped, graded, and excavated. During this work, topsoil and overburden will be stored in stockpile areas for reuse in future needs or restoration work. Following mining of the deposit, restoration measures will be taken to re-establish the original ecosystem or to create a new sustainable ecosystem as similar as possible to the original state. A closure plan will be prepared in accordance with the guidelines for preparing mine closure plans in Quebec and submitted to the Natural Resources and Forests Minister for approval. At the end of the project, all remaining stockpiles will be revegetated, all the buildings and surface infrastructure will be dismantled. The areas will be revegetated. The infrastructure of the Corvette mining project presented in this video comes from preliminary design. The project engineering development process will include a more in-depth analysis of possible alternatives, as well as the optimization of those alternatives considered to be the most favorable. For example, the location of the waste rock stockpiles will be assessed in depth to determine the preferable options. Lithium is a key element in the infrastructure and technology of tomorrow's world. As the world continues its transition to a cleaner, greener future, lithium, in the form of lithium-ion batteries, and its use in energy storage and distribution systems continues to be an essential resource for reducing its global environmental impact. Patriot's vision is to become a raw material producer for use in the American battery sector while creating sustainable value and benefits for shareholders, employees, and local communities. Please keep in mind that the planning process is still underway. The project has not been yet approved, and some details will evolve or change. We welcome the opportunity to listen to our neighbors and stakeholders with an interest in our activities. Please contact us with any questions or comments.